Good evening, and welcome to Oxford's Ashes, a modern-day Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in the British city of Oxford. Awakening tonight is Barry of Clan Nagaraja, played by Noscavian. Please rouse check to awaken for tonight. Wonderful. Hatfield of Clan Brujar, played by Daybreakathon. Please do a rouse check to awaken tonight. You're getting hungry tonight. Acheron of Clan Zamitzi, played by Larissa Rave. Please rouse to end your day rest. Wonderful. Slip of Clan Nosferatu, played by Vamp Daddy, also known as Slippery_Nos. Please rouse to end your torpor and awaken for the night. And last, but never ever least, Roland of Clan Ventru, played by Dead Western. Please rouse to awaken for tonight. You're getting hungry tonight. Slip! Willpower roll for me, please. Absolutely fine this week. You're not even really feeling the effects this week. You think you're actually starting to get over this. Maybe you've worked it all out of your system, or you're well on the way to recovery. And so we begin. In the early hours of the night, Acheron is able to leave the haven earlier than most of the others, thanks to her devotion to Lilith. Acheron stands amongst her sisters, in service to the Dark Mother at their new garden. Now fully established, the small coven of Lilin stand proudly in front of their splendid, already blooming garden, dressed elegantly in reverence of the Dark Mother. Dark greens, serpent motifs, you even catch sight of a small gold and ruby apple decoration upon one of your sisters. You greet each other respectfully, saying no more than is needed to be polite, as the congregation line up, as silence floods over you all. As emerging from the shadows in front of you is the priestess that glides before you, a warm smile upon her pale face as she bows before you, greeting you. Sisters, mothers, good evening. These most recent of nights have seen our kind face significant challenges, perhaps us more so than others. Now that we have begun this new year, I am visiting as many as I can, but there are so few of us, and I don't even know them all. But I'm here now, and I can offer each of you a glimpse of the time that is to come, a gift from the Dark Mother herself. Are you all prepared for this gift? And should we look into the crowd? You know, your sisters, they're all generally, I'm not going to say no, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Am I familiar with this priest? Like, have I seen her before? Or is she brand new to me?
She is, you know of her through reputation.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the exact ranking would be in the Bahari equivalent,
Mm,
but she would be like the
yeah.
bishop,
Right.
travels
She's
to
a
different
higher up.
congregations. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Acheron
She can
stands
also only
there.
move diagonally.
Apparently. um, Acheron is there in the crowd, near the front, sort of off to the side a little bit, as they're wont to do. They like to be able to have their eyes on everyone. Um, as much as we trust our fellow Lilins, sometimes somebody comes in who's not quite a part of the club, and so Acheron always sort of keeps their eye out. But Acheron is dressed in this long flowing black dress that shimmers almost like starlight. And the back of the dress is essentially completely bare down to her hips, except for there's a large golden dragon piece, kind of goes along the spine and attaches what from the back looks as if it's breathing fire, but it attaches the silver I guess almost like necklacey front piece that breaks up into leaves and flowers, whether it be like roses or in lilies and such. Um, so definitely dressed for the event. They have a dagger, a more ritual dagger than anything, but they have that sort of on their thigh, um, just in case things get a little funny. But they look on and they cautiously, like, they nod along because yes, of course they're willing to accept a gift from the Dark Mother. But Akron is also keenly aware that a vampire is still a vampire. And sometimes people say things and they mean another. So.
Yeah, yeah. And those of your sisters are sort of looking around as if to sort of say, well, okay, but how, like,
Mhm. What is the gift? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And she just looks over all of you in these puzzled glances, and she says, "Why, we're British. We use tea, of course."
Mhm. Acheron nods at this appreciatively, right? Acheron is also British, so it's like, yeah. Uh, but Acheron will go to essentially, it's not so much a bar as it is like a large set of china cabinets, and we'll begin pulling out these like ceremonial teapots and such, um, teacups and whatever the fuck
Oh, no, no,
else.
no, no. First of all, you're out in the middle of the woods. What kind of
Oh, I
Disney
didn't know
weird
we
shit
because
is
you said
this?
you said a garden. I assumed very similar to like my garden, which is in a place. You know what I'm saying? Not out in the woods, but that's my bad. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
You're
no.
good. You're good. You're good. You're
No,
good. Then
you're
yeah.
one of the
Then
local like wood sites, like the
oh,
further
okay,
from
yeah,
the main road you get, like you start off at
yeah.
the dogging site and then you end up at
Right,
the
right,
cults of Lilith.
right. Somehow you made it there. It's like walking into the Feywild.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah.
fine.
That's like, welcome to the British countryside.
Right. Then yes, absolutely. I think like Akron is just walks a little bit more forward then, so that
Yeah,
they're a
yeah.
little closer to whatever this is.
And then, I would assume that there's not just yourself. It's like, the fuck, this is all very strange. And
Mm.
she's just confidently looking at all of you. She's reveling in this. And she just says, I have a small group of kine with me. One for each of you. Turn it into a ghoul. Make it drink the tea, then kill it. Fill your cup with its blood. Consume that, and I can read the leaves for you.
Mm. Interesting.
And she just sort of steps back, presenting this group of like very glossed over, frozen
Mm.
in place, bunch of just random assortment of men, all walks of life. They've literally just
Mhm.
have been plucked off the street and don't
Mm.
know the fate that is about to befall these poor people.
And all they see is a large gaggle of very beautifully dressed women. But yeah, so it definitely goes forward, and I pick one that I think I pick one that almost looks like what she imagines Slip looked like when he was human. And she brings them forward. Now I have a question for you because I am fully aware that there's a virus out there that's out there trying to kill, our kind. So, um, when I look to the priestess, I say, Sister, you have heard of the infection that's gone around infecting kine. Are
Indeed,
you
I
so
have.
sure? Are you so sure that these lot are safe to taste of?
You need not feed upon them to spill their blood if you do not wish to take the risk.
Thank you.
I merely
Um,
thought a clean disposal of your tool afterwards.
oh,
Or we
that's
could
very
simply
generous.
bury them and use them as fertilizer. Give
I'm
back to the earth.
Yes, I like that, and I think the offering of blood to the earth itself be a good gift to give to our Dark Mother.
How thoughtful of you.
I will,
Just make sure you spill some and enough blood to fill the cup.
of course, and I will ghoul this individual.
Yep, do a rouse check for me, please.
Yes, of
Because
course.
they've got to drink your blood, and this will be one humanity stain.
Okay, I gain a hunger.
Gain a hunger, and you are able to easily open a small wound. This is, after all, this is a tool. This is how you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at this kind in this particular instance. You are in full Bahari mode. This is not an
Mm-hmm.
instrument of pleasure or advancement or anything
Mm-hmm.
else. This is a tool. So a very small wound, just enough to do the job, that trickles down the man's throat and supernaturally binds him to you.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of the Lillans follow the instructions given to them, and then one by one their fortunes are read, each of them varied, ending though, however, with the flower losing all of its petals. Last to be read is Acheron, whose cup is turned at varying angles and lines of sight. Acheron has a journey fraught with danger and revelation, many unseeable hands offering paths to her, or steering her in certain directions. But Acheron's, unlike the others, ends with a storm of rushing black clouds. Congregation exchange blessings of Lilith, and each start to leave. Though of course, Acheron, if you wish to talk to someone of the congregation before returning to the haven, you will be able to catch up with them if you wish, or you could even catch up with the priestess before she leaves. Or you could just head on back to the Coterie Haven.
I think Akron goes to two people, but the message is the same. One is one of the sisters of her sort of local chapter, right? And simply says, "Dark times are coming. Find your way out." It's the only warning that Akron will give. But essentially is saying, like, do not stay here. For whatever is happening, don't stay here. And then we'll go to the priestess, a similar message, but only adds on the question of where is the nearest of our kind, of our group, outside of this country?
There is a not as sizable as your own, merely 3 other members, but followers of the cult of Lilith nonetheless, in Winchester.
Winchester. Thank you,
Do you wish
sister.
do you wish us to think of this place as abandoned, salt the earth, and leave it?
I think it would be wise.
Very well.
Take care, sister.
And you, be safe yourself. And just before she turns to leave, she stands, frozen solid, and looks at you, eyes, however, glassed over, very much like the kine that you used and feasted upon previously. Oh, you didn't eat, did you? That you ghouled upon and sacrificed back to Lilith.
I did. I did. I sacrificed back to her.
And she stares straight at you, and she just says, Acheron, you may be able to do something few kindred get to do. Choose their fate. But you walk a dangerous line between that and being a sacrifice. And she just,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
be
Uh,
safe, sister.
think she gives a slight bow. But there is now concern because Akron does not make movement without having backup plans. And I think the idea of being a sacrifice to anything other than the Dark Mother is not an option. And I think it makes her suspicious and distrusting. Um, More so than she, I suppose, is already naturally inclined to be. Um, but she leaves there and heads back to the
Yep.
the the hospital. The whole time, her mind is calculating, escape routes. She would like to think that none of the coterie would put her in a position that something like that would happen to her, but she again is aware that, like, at the end of the day, vampires are vampires. She does remember she made promises. She made promises to Roland. She made an agreement with Barry and his grandmother. But also, she did make an oath to Slip. And while Slip might not hold that above her head any longer, she still is aware that that is something she did, and she does not break promises. So, she thinks about the promises she made to Hatfield about getting Mithras out of him without sacrificing his body, you know. Um, and now she wonders if any of those promises can be kept. So she is figuring that out on her way back.
Lovely. It's just a little later in the night, and across the city, inside the coterie's haven, within Slip's own domain, the rest of the coterie have awakened. While Akron is away, is there anything anyone would like to do, or someone they'd like to talk to, in private, before gathering all together a little later in the night, when Akron will have returned?
I
Just
just,
gonna sit in your room listening to music because no one understands you.
Heck yeah, music turned up loud too because the boss is still away.
I think Barry will finish. Will be cleaning the kitchen after he finished, cooking a big pot of stew for the night shift guardsmen that he likes to make sure they all get fed. So he'll be finishing up giving out the last bowls and then cleaning up the kitchen, and then he'll if no one comes and says hi, he'll move into the common space and just chat up whoever's there.
For Slip, priority would be trying to find specifically where the vaccine is being manufactured. I can either use my session use of clandestine information for that, if you'd like. If you think that would apply to that.
Hmm. I'm gonna let you. Well, the only answers you're gonna get, and I'm not gonna count it as a use, if
Okay.
this makes any sense to you, is every single lead you can trace back will be complete rubbish, because each and every single one of them is a different set of factories spread out across the world, and that, is just not right. But you can't seem to get past that surface layer. This is top protected. There is no kindred that you know of that is involved in this that you will be able to leverage or find any way into. This is something,
Yeah.
this is one of those things, which in and of itself is, a piece of valuable information.
Okay. All right.
I would
Hi.
have gone. Oh, sorry. continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Heike Hatfield spends the evening before meeting up with the others, just sort of pacing back and forth, trying to mentally prep to meet with the book club later.
I would have just gotten up and like wandered around, and then hearing the commotion from Barry of him like cleaning the kitchen and stuff, I probably would have just gone in there and been like, you need some help?
Yeah, sure. He will toss Roland a mop. Go ahead and wipe up some of the blood. Just push it into the drain. I'll sharpen the knives before I put them away.
Sounds like a plan. I would just like take the mop and start pushing the blood, shoveling it up.
Yeah, floor drains are great, aren't they?
They are. Is this general outcome expected when you cook? Because I know you're a chef, right? Or a butcher, at least.
Oh yeah,
Is this what it's like every morning?
I believe in farm to table, so I do all the butchering before I do the cooking.
Very nice. Very nice. It's seems slightly excessive, doesn't it?
Well, what's excessive about quality food? You can't get fresher food than freshly butchered.
No, of course, of course. It's just the it's
Do you
hard
want me to
get blood on the ceiling without a little bit of extra effort in it, or dripping across the floor, or on that pantry over there.
That's the freshness. When it's fresh and never frozen, you get juices. It just splurts out sometimes. And
I'll take your word for it.
I do have frozen stock for when we can't go grocery shopping, but I like to use fresh when I can.
Great, good. Then it all seems worth it, right?
Absolutely.
Just like shovels it into the floor drain.
Yeah.
I think unless anyone else is going to join them or anything like that, I think that would be a good time for Acheron to be able to make it back in. And they're not going to be doing this quietly, Acheron. I would imagine, being the inquisitive type that you are, it's straight in with the information.
No, so I immediately will come to I beeline it. As soon as I hear conversation, I hear movement. And I will poke my head in. Oh, the two of you cleaning up a mess you made.
Oh, just made some dinner for the night shift guards.
You're feeding them people, yeah?
I'm feeding them whatever we have fresh on hand.
He's emphasized that a couple times.
Okay, Barry. just as like, Acheron approves. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're not seeing judgment on Acheron. Acheron's like, yeah, keep doing that.
Besides, the saying, you are what you eat, and we want our guards to be the best people, right?
That we do. The best people they can be.
Yeah.
You seem like you don't like that idea.
No, it's not that I'm against it. It's just the pun makes it difficult to swallow. If he, if he just was outright about it, I feel like it would be a little more digestible.
Oh, it's because he's alluding rather than just saying. No, that's
exactly.
Yeah, well, it's like frog legs, right? If you tell someone they're eating frog legs, they might not want to eat frog legs because they're like, oh, frogs are gross. But if you tell them, oh, these are baby chickens, the legs are delicious, try it, and they think, oh, it's just a mini chicken leg, They eat it. It's
Right.
sweet. It's delicious. They love it. It's the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you trying to trick them into cannibalism?
I wouldn't
Is that the
say
goal?
I wouldn't say it. I mean, they're already
I
halfway
mean, I have
there.
nothing against it. They are only kind. I'm just.
I'm
No, it's
the
that
end
they're-
scheme is what I can't
So
gather.
it's really this, right? They're already halfway there. They're all Gould. So they're in the process of, right? And should Slip ever decide to turn any of them,
They just got to be prepared. So it's like
Right.
psychological training.
yes, exactly. You have to train the palate. That's what it is. You've got to train the
But-
palate.
But then shouldn't you tell them that that's what they're eating? Because then it
No.
reinforces those mental walls.
Well, see,
No, because
if-
then this is what happens. They munch on a person for the first time as newly embraced, and they're like, this taste is familiar. I like this. And they, there's no arguments. There's no, what have you done to me? I'm now a monster.
right,
Been that
and
for a while now, honey.
in addition to
But
that,
that's what I'm saying. Why spring it upon them when you can just be like, "Hey, you like that burger? That was Tom."
well, I don't want to risk breaking the Masquerade at all. Regardless of if it's a Bob burger or a Tom burger or anything like that. But but I don't want to break the Masquerade.
Actually, I think you'll find it was Five Guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, maybe I will one day. I'll cook up some burgers and I'll tell them I got it from Five Guys. It'll be the truth.
Right, and you know what? I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of
Yes,
stew
that's what I'm
lately.
saying. But it still has that layer of subterfuge. I'm not a chef.
Again,
I
remember
don't. I don't have ghouls of my own, so I'll let you deal with it. But it's just, if the whole point is to mentally prepare them, you think they should know what they're doing. 'Cause that doesn't really mentally prepare anything.
Well, again, like the fog legs. If you tell them what they're eating, they might be like, "Ooh, gross! I don't want to eat that." Or even something, like blood
but then
pudding.
They eat
If
it
you tell them what's in
and
blood
they tell
pudding,
them right after.
or black
Have
pudding.
them eat it and then be
Yeah,
like,
but then
"Oh,
they
that was."
vomit. But then they vomit, and that's a whole thing.
This way-
I'm not having the house smell like vomit. We're not doing that. That's gross.
I cook some
I
stew
guess-
for them.
I guess this is a realm of expertise that is beyond me.
Yeah, I cook some stew for them. They're like, "Oh, this is the most delicious pork stew I've ever had." And I
Right.
tell them, "Yeah, it's
Long
from
pig.
it's a long pig pork stew."
Right.
Figure
and
this
they
is
love
where
it.
Hatfield's head is just gonna pop into the kitchen like, what are y'all doing in here?
I clean it
Talking
up.
about
About
Tom
stew.
burgers.
Hamburgers?
Yes. We're gonna get as a treat, almost like a pizza party. We're gonna get some Five Guys burgers for the security.
All 5 of these guys named Tom.
They might
Mhm.
be.
As I sludge the last of the offal
The
into the drain. Yeah.
Viscera, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, as long as you lot are done cleaning, we do have to prepare for tonight. We're going to book club. Anyone seen Slip?
I have not.
I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
Can I borrow you for a moment, Roland?
As you wish.
Wonderful. And I will lead him to the garden. Take out my earpiece and shut it off.
It's the Garden of Betrayal.
It's not good. It's not a betrayal. The garden might be a garden of betrayal, but this is not a betrayal. No. So I will gesture to one of the seats for you to sit.
I would take a seat.
Yeah. I have a tea set that is there. And I will take out the ritual dagger and at first it looks like I'm going to pour the blood over the teacup. But instead I slice my hand and offer my hand to Roland.
Just
Rouse check, please.
Yes, I will do so.
yeah. I just without hesitation, I would be kind of polite about it, but
Yeah.
just embrace
Yeah.
it without question.
Wonderful. I did get hungrier, which, hey, you can have fun tonight, you know? So once that's done, I will lick the wound clean so that it will do its healing. And then I look to him and I say, things are... Well, it's getting rather dangerous out there, isn't it?
I've gathered as much, yes. Everyone seems to be at each other's necks, regardless of where you stand.
Yes. Speaking of necks, I'd like to protect yours. I don't know
honored.
how all this mess will end. So, my question is this: do you have a backup plan, a thing to get you out of the city should you need a way out?
Not really. I was brought here out of a personal matter that I felt that was pressing, a case of vengeance I have not been able to fulfill. And at the time, I was rash and haven't thought of a backup plan, no. I arrived in Oxford and the turmoil of everything you have been through, and was quickly ushered in to this web.
Yes.
And I haven't had the time to give an escape plan. But if you are willing to protect me as you claim, I will do whatever I can to ensure both you and I leave with our skins intact.
Good. Think about webs. They have spiders, and you never know who it is amongst our kind.
Yes.
So, while I believe that our coterie is true to each other, when the chips are down, oftentimes loyalty is hard to find. So I'm delighted that you have some. I'm also incredibly loyal. But it is conditional.
Yes.
Should I find myself disappointed, well, you could not blame me for turning you loose.
No, of course not. Just tell me what you wish of me, and I will use all of my capabilities to fulfill it. As long as it does not violate a personal code, as it were. While my trust is placed within you, I do not wish to be used as a tool. I will protect you as long as I can verify that you will protect me.
Good. Smart man. All right. There are options. We recently made a deal with the Hakata to be a viable transport out of the city should things go up in flames. But the Hakata are... fickle is not so much the word as they are chaotic. Their loyalty is always to their family. I do not blame them for this, but...
Yes.
if it comes to the survival of their family, they will easily X us out. So, I have many a way out. All I would need is your agreement that you will come with me.
Then you have it.
This
will come with
revenge that you speak of, who is it that you're trying to kill?
It is a La Sombra that I know simply goes by the name of Shrike. They are responsible for murdering my sire. I am from Ottawa, and while we were there was a Sabbat flesh pit that had formed under our noses. We were dispatched to, me and a myriad of coteries were dispatched to exterminate it, and in the process, this Lasombra had killed my sire, and I have not been able to forgive ever since. I've obsessed over the details until now, or rather last year, I had clues that indicated that they may be within Oxford. But I don't know if it's simply rumor. I could be here entirely on false pretense, but it's the only lead I had. And without my sire, I felt aimless.
Well then. I will never fault you or deny you getting this revenge. I understand revenge very well. And Akron will put a hand on his hand and will say, but when I go, I am leaving.
Yes.
So, should your strike appear, again, I will not stop you, but nor will I come back. You understand?
Yes, I do. As I've said, I am rash, but I'm kindred, and I believe that me staying alive is my ultimate agenda. How I will respond in that moment is yet to be seen, regardless of how it manifests. But I will go with you, and I will do my best to serve you, and I thank you for that opportunity if the time does arise. That freedom will. I may take up on it. We'll just have to see how it materializes. Some things aren't worth dying for, regardless of the circumstance.
Then we understand each other. Good.
I believe so.
Well, since that is taken care of, let us join the others before they think I'm cooking up some sort of betrayal. Come. And I will lead him out of the garden back into the hospital.
You head back inside, but the moment Roland steps forward onto the house's property, Acheron has disappeared, and you step into a very large, dilapidated room. You recognize it as the former dormitory side. I think that's where the bedrooms are. It's completely torn down, and on the far wall, a piece of artwork. You can't quite make out what's being drawn. You can just see a few dead bodies piling up, and things are slowly being drawn on top of it. Sat with their backs to you in the center of the room is an adult and a small child. They seem to be leant over together. They don't seem to be panicking or anything like that. They don't even seem to notice you either. What would you like to do?
Is one of them holding the drawing, or is it like this is appearing as if it's a drawing?
It appears tangible, real, but
Okay.
there is a chill to it that, not like a waking dream, but some almost like a vivid memory, I
Like a
suppose.
surrealness to it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case then I would just approach towards the back of the couch and like try to look over the shoulders of each of them and identify a face.
Okay, hang on. You'll be able to confidently just stride on over and look over at the two figures lurched over. And you'll notice that on the adult side, his drawing is very stylized. A style you recognize as from the manuscript. Whereas the girl is exactly what you would expect of a small young child. Very primitive, just whatever. But you do notice that it's got a title to the picture. Hide and Seek. Word hide has been scribbled out, and underneath in a far more adult writing, is the name Gemma. And as soon as you see this, you are back in the Coterie Haven, standing next to Akron, leading you back into the main meeting room.
I would stumble for just a second and look up.
Are
I
you
would
all right?
say, yes, I'm fine, but I had a vision. I'm not sure how. I don't possess this skill, but I saw a young man and little girl both drawing, and the phrase Gemma and Seek stood out to me.
Well, this house was formerly owned by Tremere. It was quite haunted when we came. All of us have experienced a kind of vision experience as well. All right. We should share this with the group. Do you remember anything else about the room, the children, what? Any other
It
details?
was like all vague and like shadowy, right? There was no details that kind of stood out aside from the
I
drawing.
mean, the only thing that you would know just from common sense is that this little girl is Kine.
Okay.
There's no
Which
way
is
that
human.
you would be embraced. But the other guy, if he is the one that drew the comic, he would be Kindred.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kindred hanging around with a child is a very bad idea for many, many reasons, because it's basically, yes, let's basically do a masquerade breach and
Yeah.
yeah.
I would
Okay.
say I'm not sure exactly why, but I think the adult in the vision was Kindred, and the child obviously Kine.
Oh. Perhaps the girl is Gemma. All right.
Maybe. But yes, if you think we should share this with the rest, let's make haste. I can make neither hide nor tail of it.
Yes, yes. I turn on the earpiece and I'm like, everyone meet in the common area. We have news to share. And yeah, we head to that sort of meeting area that we have.
Yep. I would assume that everyone would come and
Yes, Slip will finally wander in.
Roland, you should tell them.
I would look at you guys like slightly embarrassed, as if like what I'm about to say I don't entirely believe myself. And I would say, Acheron and I were speaking in the garden before we entered, and I had a vision of a room. I believe it was one of the dormitory rooms here. And inside I had saw a adult man and a kind child both drawing, but it seemed like their drawings were similar, yet due to their lack of, or I guess her lack of skill, different. But on hers, she had the phrase Gemma and Seek written upon it. I'm not prone to fancies like this, and so I only can believe it is something significant.
The male he told me was Kindred, which spells out
Yes.
all kinds of problems for us. Well, you know, the masquerade and whatnot.
Mhm.
Sounds like that's the origin of our Gemma Seek.
Or something. Every new tidbit of info we find about this, the more opaque it becomes.
Yes, Acheron told me that this house was supposedly haunted or is haunted?
In a way.
I mean, for a bit there, we did have Tremere popping out of the walls.
True.
We were also given visions, as I said earlier,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
we first moved in. Strange visions that were sort of vivid or lucid, rather, is the word. We could interact with the things around us.
Well, lucid and vivid, except for that one guy's face. You see the
Right.
guy's face in this vision, Roland?
I don't
Did he have a
believe so.
face?
Right, they didn't have any faces, did they?
His in particular was, you know what they do when it's like been done to protect someone's identity and they've smeared
It's like
Vaseline all over the
blurry,
guy's
yeah.
face. It's kind of like
Uh-huh.
that, yeah.
Yeah. I would say I could not make out what he looked like at all. No.
Yep,
Was-
that's the one. That's the guy. Yep.
Same guy. Is it possible he was former Tremere?
I mean, didn't... I feel like at some point we was told he was Malkavian?
Why would he need the child?
Malt
I mean,
shit.
does he
Why would
need the child? Does he just... Did she just wander into the room? We don't got enough facts to speculate off of here.
I mean, if the guy's Malkavian, like, why did they trade socks? Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe it was his child?
Happens.
I mean, who is Gemma-Seek? Why is Gemma-Seek? How is Gemma-Seek? Like, we got a lot of questions, and I don't think this is gonna lead us down any answers.
I mean, here's the thing. I kind of don't care who Gemma-Seek is at this point.
I'm kind of a slip here. When the time comes that we gotta know, by then we'll either know or it'll be too late to care.
Yeah, I mean,
What
yeah.
if, just for speculation's sake, what if the child or Gemma, Seek, whoever that is the progenitor of this virus?
Could be.
Sure. Can't do
Moon
anything
could be
about
made
it.
of cheese.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is
kind of.
categorically not made of cheese, but all right.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do.
So maybe this whole virus business all started with Gemma?
Yes.
Who knows?
And maybe Seek was just a doctor doing experiments on her?
That's exactly my point.
Don't
It's not
know.
the first time we would have seen
Making
such a thing.
lot of leaps here, but okay. I mean, it could happen, I guess.
We walked into an SI lab, and they had all kinds of experiments going.
Oh, no,
do not
I'm not
think...
saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying I'm
Right.
a person who likes to have evidence before I'm like, this is a thing, and we don't got evidence one way or the other. That's all I'm saying. It's
We've
all
been-
speculation.
I was gonna say we can speculate on the little weird asylum dream, one of many at this point, all night, but it doesn't improve our ability to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's not actionable, and speculating on it wouldn't give us anything actionable. If them all the deets we got, like,
Yeah,
there's
we
not
can
much
put
we
it-
can do with it.
We can put it
Make a
on the
file.
conspiracy cork board.
Perhaps
Yeah,
I misjudged you.
Oh, come on! You want to
Maybe-
start playing psychic charades now too, huh?
maybe
You
you
Well,
did,
at least
man.
he
want
talked.
a vision, Endymion? Send us a freaking vision and tell us what it means.
Maybe we should
Yeah, I mean,
blow
we-
up Seventh Heaven.
I mean, we can put it on the cork board, but I don't fucking know what that.
Yeah, I'm not
Dreams.
discarding it.
If
We'll keep it in
Hatfield,
mind.
as Hatfield screams that out,
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Perfect.
you suddenly notice the temperature has dropped in the entire house.
Lord. Okay.
The room you are in is abandoned once more, completely dilapidated, run down, holes in the floor, floorboards hanging out, and suddenly, from across the way, a door bursts open. The blurred man is just standing there looking at you all frantically, the blurry shape looking one to the other, one to the other.
Oh, good, Hatfield. You sent us into a vision.
You know
The
what? If it gives
Malkavian.
us something actionable, I'm not gonna complain.
So, even though we can't see his face, how does this man look? Like, clothing, built, how is his build?
This
you know?
man, he is wiry. Tall, wiry, and the body language. This is quite clearly frantic panic.
And build-wise, does he seem to be the same man that we've seen in visions at other points? Because, like, a blurry face is a blurry
Yes.
face. Okay. Just wanted to confirm.
Yes. And
okay.
also, you know, this blurred face, there is no mistaking it is going from one to the other of each of you.
I wave.
Okay.
Is
So as that's happening, I just need to ask a question
And
to
it's
DM,
stepping
like
back
above
from you
table.
waving.
Oh,
right, okay,
yeah. Yeah. So I have a question above table, right? How Malkavians, they have their web, they see visions and such, right? Is it fair to think that, like, not only is he clearly seeing us and, like, this is a thing where we might have a conversation in a minute, but he's still in his time. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's still in his correct timeline, and we're sort of, like, invading that in this?
You certainly, if you're going to look around, all the information it's given you, that would be a very logical conclusion.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm just thinking about Malkavians themselves and how the time isn't necessarily linear for them. It's sort of a tangled,
Yeah.
Ball of time. So, okay.
and it wouldn't be possible for me to use Auspex to try to see past the blurriness, right?
I'll let you do it for free, because all that you will see is just grey. You will see
Gotcha.
like 49, 50 shades of it, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
49 shades of gray, gotcha. It's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
shades of gray.
Legally distinct.
Yeah. I
Such a waste of time. Why didn't they call it 69 Shades of Grey and just like go full sell on it?
Because that would have been too on the
that'd be
nose,
good.
I guess.
That's too on the nose.
Anyway.
So, Akron will take a slight step forward and say, "Oh, nothing to be afraid of, love. We simply have a question to ask you."
Where is she? What did you do with her?
Nothing.
Did you see her? Did she come past here? Where
No.
is Gemma? Where
little-
is Gemma Seek?
You know, we've
Oh
been
my
asking
God.
them same questions, buddy.
She has to be here. You can't lose her. She is the key to everything. By the way, his voice is just this pitch
Bouncing.
up, pitch down, complete weird distortion. You know, it's that effect you see on Hollywood movies, but for some reason the guy's got a fucking handkerchief over it, which apparently modulates your voice according to Hollywood.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it sounds like. You know, that synthetic,
Yeah.
unplaceable voice. Yeah.
The little girl. She Gemma.
Gemma Seek.
Yes.
Where is Gemma Seek?
We are looking for her as well.
Could you tell us who is Gemma C?
Why no one should be looking for Gemma?
Oh,
You're
everyone's
looking for Gemma!
Everyone is looking for Gemma.
That's the problem. That's why she was taken out of the facility.
I see. The facility. Do you know where it is?
Which facility?
I don't know which facility.
Which facility was she taken from?
I can't remember if I named it Cerberus or Lion.
Cerberus sounds
Cerberus
cool.
lion.
I think it's Lion
Cerberus.
because Cerberus was the one that you visited before, so it was
Yeah.
Okay.
Lion.
Lion. Okay. Lion. Do you know where...
Could you tell me why is it so important that nobody be looking for her?
Nobody should know about her. The fact that you know about her means you must be with Armis.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. Why is it a big deal that people know about her?
She's the key.
To
Key to
healing?
what?
Without her, there's nothing. She
You mean that like
has the
intrinsically
key.
or
She
Two?
is the key
Key
two?
to what?
to everything.
I'm gonna blow my
Specifically,
brains
what is
out.
everything? I don't think she's the key to ostriches.
What if she is though?
Sir.
Well, that'd be good to know.
Sir. There is an illness. Is she the source or the key to healing it?
I want to shout and scream an illness, but he will shout and scream an illness. And it's got a force to it. It has a supernatural force to it. You can feel these words echo through your bones. They shake inside of your body from this.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stops. Where is Gemma Seek? And the temperature rises and you return back to your living room.
So do you think he's the one making this?
Oh, go on, Noskavian. You didn't get a chance to ask, so, go on, go on.
Okay, I'm going to say, okay, Gemma is the key. Who is the gatekeeper?
Rick Moranis.
That's a good
Rick
one.
Moranis. Can we write that down? Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Amazing.
Barry, you're not allowed to eat Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I think
No,
people
man's a
would know.
treasure.
Right.
He is. He is.
Yeah, I think once we are back in our actual haven, I will look to the other and say, well, I guess it is important.
Do you think
And
he's
not
the one
just-
making the zombies?
I have no fucking clue. That explains nothing.
Yeah, I know, right? Thanks, Endymion. The help is appreciated, but you didn't give us a whole lot to work with. It's still not actionable. Shouting at the ceiling.
Well, we kind of know a.
Not resist mania.
I mean, we kind of know more about what it maybe might, sort of, almost could kind of maybe be.
So, it seemed to me she is the source of the illness. I don't know, the healing of it.
He's the key to ostriches!
Okay, he shouted illness. But what we did get is a facility that she was taken from, Lion. Perhaps this is a facility that our vaccines are being made from.
I mean, the guy said,
Maybe.
if you're looking for
Or
Gemma
at.
Seek, it means you got ties to Armis. So obviously it's all connected. But we kind of knew that already, didn't we?
Yes, but we didn't have a location.
We got a
We were at
location
a-
now, we got a name.
I can look. I can try.
Worth trying.
Yes, that was what I was implying there. Because we've been to Cerberus. Now we find Lion.
I
You
just
mentioned other facilities. You haven't been able to find the facilities that vaccines were being made in, correct, sir?
I haven't personally tried. I used my network today. They were not able to provide anything. I haven't done any diving myself, but I have a feeling it'll be the same kind of results. Nothing.
All right. Okay. So then this is at least a direction. Perhaps these facilities, Lion being where they took Gemma from, could be where they're making the vaccines. If she's the source, they took her from there to try to stop the
I mean,
disease from-
regardless, she's the source or not, if it's connected in any way, if she's the key, we gotta go there, we gotta find out, we gotta get 3,000 more half clues to then piece together on the kitchen table.
Right,
Oh.
but this is one more piece that we didn't have before.
This is a corner piece. Those are the four
Yeah.
most important pieces.
yeah, this does
Talk
feel like
about
important piece. I hope he wasn't
I'm
lying.
getting sick of this puzzle.
Barry, your treasure.
Barry. All right.
Okay,
I know.
so
He's the pride of your coterie.
on,
He
Walk
truly is.
over and like pat Barry on the shoulder.
so
and
on
just,
the
like,
list of
stand
shit
next
to do,
him.
Yes.
on the list of shit to do,
Yes.
book club cause problems.
Book
Yes.
club and
Lion.
ostriches.
Lion, get in there, get dirty.
Yes.
There is also the survivors from the other Second Inquisition we hit that
Mhm.
are setting up somewhere. They do not know that we know about them. We still have surprise on them. The pants are down, the balls are still out. We can still take them out before they become
Right.
another problem. So we've got
Okay.
3 things I think probably important to do other than the vaccines. But I
Right.
think Lion might be the most important one.
So, shall we then go to book club first so that we have them moving in the direction we need them to move? And then go to wherever this lion facility is?
I can. Yes. Well, I could stay here and try to find information online because that could be. I don't think it's going to be a quick thing. I don't think I just Google where is Lion
Yeah,
on the
no,
way
what
back
you-
from book club.
You're gonna get the local zoo.
Yeah, so I think I stay. You guys go to book club, fuck shit up, unless you want me to come.
Hatfield kind of looks at Slip like, I'm gonna have to talk to people. I'd like it if you came. Doesn't say that out loud, but that is expressed in the face.
I will say
Sure.
this. If you come, it will be easier. You are favored son. More so than
Alright.
I think us.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna talk to people. I've been thinking about stuff to say.
Mm.
Thought
Good.
it'd be nice if you was there, you know,
Yeah.
in case I stick my foot in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
You
look
can-
at Lion later.
If I am not mistaken on the way that sort of computer searches go, you can at least start the search so that it is collecting information as we go do this and then we can come back.
I don't have. Yes, if I had the software for that already built, I could do that.
I see.
But
All right then.
yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Yeah,
let's-
especially something that sensitive. Here's the thing. I could do a lot of that with like mundane shit. I don't want to set a program up to look for Lion and then it hits
Right.
a red flag
Right.
while
right, I
I'm not
understand.
here.
Right. Okay. All right. So then, let's go to book club first, handle that, and then come back for the search. Yes.
If I join you guys for book club, what book should I bring, or should I just bring my cookbook?
Hey, Barry, we talked about this. Remember what I said about book club being the same thing as, like, how the guy downstairs doesn't really live in the basement?
Oh, right. So no book, no book.
Yeah,
Oh,
we don't,
gotcha.
we don't
Okay,
need to bring a book. I mean, you can bring a book if you want, but, like,
it's an important book. I don't want to bring it.
yeah, you can leave
Yeah,
it
don't
at
bring
home.
that. Yeah, you don't want to drop that, Family recipes and all that.
Glad we're all on the same page.
Yeah. All right. Shall we?
All right. Let's go. Are we taking caravan, or should we just take my car?
We can take the meat wagon.
I
We're not
know.
taking the
We're
meat
gonna
wagon.
take the nice car. We're gonna take one car. We're gonna take the nice car to book club.
All right. I suggest everyone get changed. Make yourself look decent.
I've
We
got
want to
my.
make it look like we take this seriously.
Hatfield looks down at Self, the usual, like, torn jeans and, like, just...
Right.
raggedy
You're the
top
vessel
on.
of. Yeah.
If you're going to book club through
Yeah.
Hatfield, which is a completely different name to Mithras, so don't get old. Just don't do it.
Right. Right.
Then a car will eventually come to pick you up, and we'll have appropriate masks for all of you, as no one knows where the Mithraeum is directly located.
Right. Okay. A car will come for us, but clothes. I look at Hatfield like, right. You're the vessel of Mithras, and you look like you've done a roll in the dirt. Come on, and I will lead Hatfield to my room.
Yeah, there's just kind of that moment of panic, like, this is my style, this is my fashion sense. I don't know how should the vessel of Mithras dress? I dress however I want.
Yes. So I go to the room, and of course, like, Acheron has all kinds of clothes because they constantly change form. And I think, like, maybe there's some expectation to dress Hatfield in, like, a suit and tie type of situation. But for Acheron, that feels almost disingenuous because, yes, they are the vessel of Mithras, but they are still Hatfield. So the way that the clothes that Acheron pulls out is a sort of all black on black type of outfit, but it is like a very nice. I don't know what these kinds of shirts are called. I call them thermals, but it's like an all black shirt that is long sleeve, very clean, and kind of tight, sort of meant to like accentuate the body. Nice pair of clean pants, but they're like nice black pants, not rip torn jeans type of deal, which is like how Hatfield would normally dress. And then a pair of like sleek black boots that he could wear, but as shoes. And as I'm like handing you these things, I stop and look at the collar that you're still wearing.
Oh no, the collar got yoked.
Oh, it did get yoked. That's right. Okay. So then you don't have any other like accoutrement up here or anything like that, right?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. So if that's the case, then I just essentially clean Hatfield up. Make them look a little bit more like presentable. But not in any clothes or anything that would make them feel restrained. And then I will go into my closet and produce their leather jacket and hand it to them.
I'll say Hatfield gets changed. The boots though, Hatfield's boots stay. They're not as nice. They're mine.
I see.
And then there's just that
clean
sort
the
of
boots
just
then.
the accusatory but accepting the jacket, like, I've been looking for this.
I know.
Doesn't say anything but just squints and does that like I'm watching you gesture. It's like playfully accusatory. It's accusatory.
Right.
It's definitely accusatory, but not like maliciously so.
Right. Yeah. There's just like a shit-eating grin on Acheron's face. No matter the form that Acheron has, the smile is always the same. There is like a predatoriness to them, even though that's not like directed towards you. And it's this very wide smile. And it's a smile that no matter what form they're in, it almost always changes their face a little bit, where you see like the far echo of who they were as a human. And there's this sort of manic quality to them. This like feralness, someone who's like grown up in a dark dungeony kind of place, But then they, hand off and they're like, yes, you clean up well. Good. Are you ready for what's to come?
Holding arms out awkwardly and just shakes it. Leaves.
Oh, I guess we're not ready for what's to come.
No,
okay.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm complaining to take my mind off it.
I see. Do not show them weakness.
Oh, don't worry. I'm getting it all out of my system now.
Good. It includes your rage. Do not show them your rage. Because they will test you.
Will, they'd better. It's It's the fact that I haven't gone up there yet. I told Pandora. But I haven't exactly been to book club yet and said, hey, I guess what? Here's me. There's no
Right.
going back, but I'm gonna do it.
And there's
I'm
almost as if on cue, as if the sword of Damocles was hanging over you. Just with those words leaving your mouth, you hear the knock at the door. Know that your driver has arrived to take you on your way to an unchangeable fate. Sorry to interrupt you, Akron, but we can we can totally say that you're in the back of the car talking either with just Akron or with everyone, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, no, we go for sure. I think once we're in the car, I don't say this loud. Obviously, the coterie is next to me, so they can hear it. But I do say to them, or to Hatfield specifically, no matter what happens, we have your back.
Good. Cracks neck to the side. Just sort of like loosening up as though almost for a fight, but like obviously that's not what we're doing. It's just the muscle memory, the self-soothing limbering up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Anything anyone wants to talk about amongst each other, or specifically to Hatfield, while you're all crammed up in the back of the car, comfortably, amply, and you've all been given, I think everyone apart from Slip will have black Corvid masks, including Hatfield for the time being. Slip, shit. Off the top of my head, I think you might be a bride.
Nice.
Pardon?
Nice.
Oh, funny.
Nice to Slip has a veil.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Amazing.
I'm
Crazy.
here for this. So Hatfield, what is your avenue of approach here? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? Break it down.
I'm gonna tell him.
Like, don't read me the speech, but
I'm gonna tell them that they gotta. This crap's real, so they gotta step up. The cat's away, the mice will play, but the boss is coming back, kind of thing. I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing: they are going to ask you to prove it. If they don't just kill you for blaspheming, how are we gonna do that?
I don't know.
Sick. I'm here for this.
Well, the blood, of course.
I mean, if nothing
Okay.
else, like, the big guy's in my brain. If he wants to prove himself, he's gonna do it.
He probably could. He could probably give you like some slick shit to say, like a weird Mithras code phase or something to.
I think it's
think
fair
they-
to
they've
say
arranged
that
A sign and countersign?
I don't fucking know.
I imagine that Mithras is going to say, well, who knows? He might have changed living inside your head, but he's
no.
not one to prove himself to anyone. The reason why I say the blood, I imagine that's how he got into you in the first place.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's
Yeah.
also the thing, if the big guy's walking around in my head and
If anything, Mithras would give you information about himself that only the true believers of this club would know.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up there and you know me. I don't really make plans.
Yeah. All right. Well, just braining it out a little bit beforehand is,
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. When we did that, I want Mithras to just be here. I want to be independent again. God damn it.
Well,
Yeah, that's That's what I'm gathering.
Have you spoken to Mithras lately?
The big guy's in my head making a running commentary any given day of the week.
Jesus.
Yes. But have you spoken to him? You're about
I mean,
to
on
go
a
see
more
his
meaningful
followers.
level than please shut up, I'm trying to focus here?
Right, exactly. You're about to meet his followers, his disciples, people who have dedicated their own lives to him. Perhaps there's some meaningful advice he can give you on how to deal with them.
I mean, he knows what I'm about to do. He's
Yes.
up there looking at all my thoughts as they happen.
Yes, but he is an elder.
There's also the thing,
He is-
Akron. There's the thing, right? Speaking. The concept of speaking with somebody is a little bit different when they're in your brain and you can be doing psychic charades at each other all the time. Like you know that crap that the house guy was putting us through, and then the crap that Endymion has been putting us through. I'm just dealing with that all the time.
Mm-hmm. And I sympathize with you. But as I said, Mithras is an elder. He will not freely offer information. You have to ask. I'm just suggesting maybe you ask before we get there and they catch you off guard with a question.
Here's the thing. If you have to ask, you've already failed.
All right. We support you, and we will do our best to protect you. That is all that can be offered.
I mean, look, the long and short of it, if this all goes bad and they tear me limb from limb on the spot, all I can say is, A, make sure the boss knows. B, remember me.
Hatfield. No matter how many generations I live for, I don't think I could ever forget you.
Good.
Akron reaches over and will just, not too, sappy about it or anything, but will give Hatfield's hand like a little squeeze. Sort of in solidarity for the sort of predicament that they've been put in, all the while in the back of Acheron's head is thinking about the tea leaf reading that they received earlier that evening and the idea of being sacrificed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much necessarily a prediction as more of a tip, like a PG tip.
Right. Phrasing is important.
Oh, PG tips are a teabag brand over here.
I am exhausted. Yeah. Akron will pull on their Corvus mask. Yeah. Sort of lost in thought.
Anyone else want to have a little chit chat with anybody else in the car or on a phone or do anything within reason? I know what you're all like. In the back of the car.
Just gonna real quick hijack this crap and take us to McDonald's. Don't worry about no.
Right. In fact, we pull the guy out of the car. We set him on fire. Just kidding. We keep moving.
No. I would
You
like
could go to McDougal's and get a Whopper.
Right.
No, we know how that goes. We can't do that without it ending in frenzy.
Yeah. I'm at 3 hunger, by the way, so this is gonna be fucking fun. Anyway, off to book club.
All right then. You'll drive through the night, eventually coming to a halt. The door is opened for you. You are escorted down a set of carved-out stone steps, reaching the bottom of them, where you find Pandora, dressed as a bride. She looks at all of you. I'm glad to see you have all started to believe in something.
Yeah.
that tickles the back of Acheron's brain a little bit, and they just like, just I think there's just a little like fist happens, and they're like cutting into their own flesh as a means to control themselves from lashing out at Pandora.
It's easy to believe when I'm seeing it.
You've already begun to spread the word, I see. And it has already made your companions believe you. I suppose that it is trust that you have earned. Is it his word or your own that has earned this?
Is she asking us, or is she asking Hatfield?
Anyone who would answer, I suppose, knowing Pandora, but I was expecting Hatfield to answer, but anyone could, to be quite honest with you.
They trust me, and I am trusting him.
Then let us see where it leads. Should you need me for anything, you know I have your back. All of you, of course.
Good.
Ron doesn't believe this for a second, but simply nods.
And Pandora will do that, really over-exaggerated, over-necessary bow where she's curtsying, actual 90-degree arched back and bowed head. As you stride into the Mithraeum, the first thing you hear, Hatfield, is the sound of Mithras's voice saying, 3 on your right, 2 on the left. The page to straight in front. You take him out first if you need to. Just rip off his head. Don't bother staking him.
And
And on that,
inside the head.
Oh.
Do you think it's going to come to that?
it might come to needing to rip off his head. It depends on how persuasive you can be. Think of it as Plan B. And on that note, I'm going to go get a glass of water, so we'll be right back. As, oh shit, what's the meme of the first half, everyone?
You had us
Have
in
we
the
got a
first
meme
half?
yet? Have we got a meme in the first half yet? Has anything
Ostriches! That's
memey
what it is!
happened?
I didn't keep it!
Yeah,
Ostriches.
Garden of
As
Betrayal.
we go
Garden
and
of
fucking
Betrayal.
wrestle ostriches.
Oh,
Look straight at you. Pandora has slipped in the door behind you and taken a seat at the very back. What would you like to do?
There's sort of vampires don't need to breathe, but Hatfield does the equivalent of a deep breath. The muscle memory, just stealing self, and strides up to the front.
Slip will follow because he called the meeting. But it is mostly in like a support role. He is not in the lead here. He is following behind. Will stand wherever Hatfield stands off to the side.
Acheron is not going to go up towards the front where Hatfield is, but will be on the left side, so that they have view of essentially everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep.
So just standing there, patiently watching everyone.
And Hatfield walking up to the altar area, standing toe to toe with the pater, I take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Slip looking very grime or worm tongue behind you, I imagine.
I'm dressed as a bride, I'll have you know.
Show some respect.
All right. Didn't realize it was your wedding, sir. Sorry. Congratulations on your special day.
Oh, thank you so much.
The pacer just looks at you and... What is the meaning of this?
Oh, okay. So, listen. We've called you all here to the Mithraeum for a reason. Yeah? I stand before you as Hatfield, child of Oxford, hand, voice, and vessel of Mithras, child of Ventru, lord of light, and conqueror of Britain. Though I speak from borrowed flesh, make no mistake. I am your god. Sort of a pause, giving people ample time to kneel. Hatfield's head turns, looks around, see who does, see who doesn't, get a sense of the general reaction. But no chance for anybody else to speak up before.
I mean, I'll just quickly say that there's more looks of just like confusion looking to each other. Pandora's sat at the back. She's casual. She probably trying to make her way nearer to be Acheron, and maybe fuck it. She seems the type to have just fan, and she's just there like, oh my, the drama. Go on.
I think Acheron very quickly. Like Acheron sees what Hatfield is doing and will kneel and bow their head down.
Yeah, same.
When
I will
Barry's here,
follow
right?
suit.
Yeah, we're all in
okay,
here.
I thought
We're
so.
all in.
When
You were
Barry
nice about
sees his friends all kneel, Barry will look around and like he'll kneel
Yeah.
too. He won't know why, but he's gonna do it.
Yeah. Talk about it later.
Heart hands, Barry, heart hands. I speak to you, my most loyal adherents and my steadfast allies. We are at a turning point. The Second Inquisition is guided by infernal hands, and they are wrapped around the throats of all our kind. Camarilla, Anarch, as we squabble amongst ourselves, vying for petty scraps of a fallen kingdom, our enemies forge new weapons against us, poisoning our herds and reducing once proud hunters to trembling, toothless whelps. Is this the fate you seek? Some may say, we have weathered storms before. Why not sink to sleep and wake to rule the ashes after the weak have been culled? But to this I say no. The night is ours, and I will not go gently. By tooth and by claw, it is time our prey remembered fear. The sun is rising, my beloved children. The renaissance of our people is at hand. I am Mithras, bringer of light. You will stand with me, or you will burn.
There's a feeling of confusion across the congregation. There are clearly those that are just... They are there. They've... By the fourth or second paragraph, really, you had them. They're enthralled by you. The only reason they're not necessarily bowing is because the person next to them is a bit... not quite as convinced, you know. They're more worried about what the pater's going to do, what the person above them is going to do, and so on until it gets to them, and they're not concerned about the person behind them. And that's pretty much what the whole congregation is kind of in the mindset of, until it gets to the pater, the person who was leading this congregation but a few short seconds ago. His entire world has been turned completely topsy-turvy, if what you say is true. His eyes are flickering between you, between the congregation, occasionally just looking over at Acheron and Pandora. small scowl to them, probably towards Pandora alone, rather than Acheron, before finally steeling himself, looking you straight in the eye, Hatfield. If you are what you say, then how can you prove this?
There's just the long, slow stare. Do you not feel it in your blood? The truth of my words.
We all feel his words in our blood. Every single one of us that follows him and truly believes in him. Us perhaps more so than others, given the fact that we have been blessed directly by his vitae, which is why you have some possible credence to what you say. But if what you say is true, then you would also know exactly what to do to prove that what you say is true. And the voice of Mithras is in your head, and he's not going to be offering you much help. He's just like, this is a lesson you must learn, Hatfield. Show me whether or not you understand me. What can you do to prove what you say is true?
There's only one answer here. And that's go for the throat.
My question is, are you launching yourself at this guy, or are you just gonna try and hurt this guy at the kind of range you're at now, if that makes sense?
I mean, you said I was standing toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah.
He's already in range.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop you from launching yourself at him.
You're right. I am.
Yeah, we know what you're like. You do like to use yourself as human-sized projectile.
It's true. It's true.
Great
But-
move. So
yeah.
it comes down to, do you want to do Dex and Brawl for human projectile? Do you want to do Strength and Brawl for punch? Or do you want to do Dex melee for stab?
I would like to strength and brawl for full body.
Yep.
You're not necessarily going for the kill.
It's show of force, show of dominance, do as Mithras would do.
Strength, Brawl.
Pandora is
With
closest to me
this-
as well.
A
Yeah.
specialty on Kindred.
Yes. Yes, and you know, just so you know, this might be a difficult roll. I'm just going to throw that out there for you.
Okay, so I should rouse then?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't remember how this mechanic works, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, you just rouse like that, and then when it comes to modify, you've got
What's your
plus
potency?
1 for your speciality, and I believe, yeah, your blood potency is plus 3.
Yeah,
for a
because they're blood
surge.
leech. Yeah, they're blood leech, so it's 3.
Yeah. So you should have a net modifier of plus 4.
Okay.
Which is pretty nice, to be quite honest with you, for just one
Yeah.
rouse check.
Pandora is next to me, and so she is
Mhm.
the only one who would hear the moment. The moment this man says about going for the throat, you know, as soon as those vibes are released, that's when Pandora would hear the flesh rendering from Akron,
Oh,
and the bone saws are at the ready, and I stand up
What'd you
essentially.
expect? Have I ever been any other way?
It's
I
about
swear.
to go down.
Is it just me, or have I been rolling exclusively
Hey.
messy crits lately?
Hey, Day.
Truly.
Here. This might be a hot take. There's a double crit on the line.
I was
Oh, yo, is
I was
there?
just gonna say that. You can reroll 3.
If you think Mithras
I-
himself wouldn't get double-digit successes, double crit, doing anything ever,
You know what? I gotta.
We gotta try. We gotta try.
This is called peer pressure, everyone.
yeah.
I mean, I can only be peer pressured into making things worse.
Right. Yeah. I think it's like the minute that I see the vibes change, Bonesaws come out and Acheron's in fighting position and has put themselves between congregation and the fight happening between Hatfield and this person.
Almost. But still, that's
Hey, still 12
12
successes.
successes.
Mm-hmm.
Hatfield. For a moment, you consider how you're going to kill this man. Do you grab him by the throat and rip out his innards, feast upon his blood, and let it shower upon you as some sort of morbid sight before presenting yourself to the congregation? Do you do something far cleaner and just bite into this man and drain him? And then the beast takes over. All 4 of your fangs extend, and in a flash, making use of your supernatural powers before anyone can react, you're on top of this man, fangs straight in his skin, drinking every drop of his blood, deeper and deeper, until you taste it. That sweet ecstasy that you've had far too many times for any one kindred so young. But that's not going to stop you. Hatfield. Strength resolve. 4 times, please.
Oh my god. Oh my
Mm.
god.
I don't know what these numbers mean.
Not
I
the
do.
Winning, son. Yes, same.
Would you like to stick with them all, or would you like to re-roll any of those?
I don't know what these numbers mean. I probably should reroll some of them.
Generally speaking, the higher the better.
Okay, I will
You can add to it
reroll
for sure.
what I am allowed.
I mean, you can re-roll on all of them if you want, but that's 1 willpower for each roll.
I mean, yeah, I'll reroll.
And you've got more rolls to come. This is not.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is not necessarily the particularly important one.
okay, then I'll let
I'll
it
tell
be.
you that.
I don't know what these numbers mean. I'm trusting my coterie
Okay.
here.
Hatfield. Lose 1 point of humanity.
Yep. My aura has never been clean.
Would you like me to clean your taint? And then your new humanity plus blood potency against solve blood potency.
Can Hatfield rouse the blood for this roll?
I think so.
I think so too, but I'm not 100%.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
At any point, if you want to rouse the blood during Diablerie, you can, I believe. I don't think it ever says, you cannot rouse for this.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Okay, so should I do that?
Yes.
Your new
Yeah.
So whatever your pool is, humanity, blood potency, your blood potency is 3 at the moment, so that's +3.
What am I rolling specifically?
Yeah, you might have to do that as like a custom roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's
Just
your
trying to hold numbers in my head.
yeah? What's your humanity?
I'm at 4 now.
So 4
It's a
humanity
cool place to be.
plus your potency, which is 3. So you're at 7 plus your rouse, which is 3. So 8, 9, 10. Is my math right on that, guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just roll 10d10.
Okie doke.
5.
Oh, this was
What's
the...
your hunger? 3.
Should be 0. I just drank a guy, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Your hunger should be 0. So that actually works out even better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Hatfield is the aggressor though. Any of those you want to re-roll, Hatfield?
Probably.
This would be the one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yes, I'm doing that then.
Yeah, you've got 5 hits now. You want as many hits as possible.
Okay.
Put it this way, even I'm sat here going like, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't help it. I
Appreciate
can't help
it.
myself. Re-roll, go on.
Yeah.
I'm not good at numbers.
No, we
I would
got
be
you.
re-rolling 3 of those.
Yes.
Yeah, you want those
Okay.
2 ones
2
and the
1s
4.
and a 3.
Oh, that
Yeah.
too, yeah.
I mean, yeah, anything that's less than 6, you want to re-roll it, basically.
Okay, so it's a 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... You just barely managed to scrape by that. Just barely.
Well, so long
That
as I
re-roll... That re-roll saved you from losing the Diablo and being taken over by Valerian.
That would have been awkward.
A little bit. A little bit.
The beautiful irony of this. Isn't Valerian the Ventrue Primogen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love to
Injustice.
see it. I love to see it. I do. Akron has the craziest sadistic smile on. Child, yes.
What's your generation, Hatfield?
11.
It is now 10. You have... Ah. 15 XP you can spend right now on increasing your blood potency, or dominate fortitude presence.
I am writing that down to deal with after game.
Nope, has to be now.
No, you have to do now.
I
Yeah.
cannot
I'm
make
afraid.
choices.
Okay, I will say.
I
David,
will allow it because ADHD brain be like that for you,
Yes,
Day.
thank
So
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's fair. It
But also,
wouldn't
I don't
wanna
make any
stop the game.
difference. Yeah, because it's you, Day. I know it wouldn't make any difference if you had to sit here on the spot now or had to sit here after the game. Either way, there's going to be the same amount of pressure of.
Yeah, I don't want to stop the game while y'all sit here and have me waffle at you about, oh, what am I doing? So, like, thank you for this grace.
Yeah.
Hatfield, all 4 of your fangs sink deeper into this man's jugular, piercing his vein as you drink every single last drop of this man's soul, feeling it imbuing yourself. You swallow Valerian's very essence and feel him powering you. His body slowly rots to a carcass and then to a pile of ash on the floor. Everyone in the Mithraeum stands. Pandora stands very slowly, gives a nod, and actually starts clapping. No one turns to look, but they slowly start to join in with the clapping. It starts to die down as they all look upon you. What would you like to do?
Well, Even as we speak, our enemies prepare to poison Vitae the world over by way of a so-called mumps vaccine. You will stop them, or you will die. Tell your flock, your ghouls, your countless hangers-on and servants to spread word among the day folk that this vaccine will harm them, and instruct your childer to do the same. We stand at the center of the world. If you cannot find a way to take initiative and leverage what power you have against our foe, then you have no power, and you are of no use to me. Make no mistake, kindred, the real fight still lies ahead. This is but one battle in a far greater war, and yet, to cede this match is to welcome defeat, and I do not know defeat. You have partaken in my sacrament, my dear ones, my chosen few. My blood runs in your veins. The time has come. Show me you are worthy of keeping it.
There'll be spread out bows, curtsies, silent, respectful, and they will just glide out. They'll be looking at you as they go, that kind of medieval old-fashioned bowing as they're going out, back to the door rather than back to you. Pandora is last to go. She simply gives you a small nod, followed by a curtsy, and glides out, leaving you completely alone with the rest of your coterie in the Mithraeum that is now yours.
Definitely the moment of, it's not until the cult is gone and just the coterie remains that Hatfield kind of, like, deflates a little bit, wipes mouth, very much, well, that just happened, expression on face.
Quick question, kind of out of game, just for my curiosity. Would this put Hatfield in the running for Ventru Primogen, being Hatfield is Mithras incarnate?
No, because Hatfield is still Brujar, but
Okay.
I like how you're thinking, and that could certainly be a plot point going forward, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's...
Politics sure are getting weird around here.
It's
I
like,
put in for my adoption early. I'm Mithras' sire now.
it's like Bruja, but possessed by Mithras. What?
Yeah. Who is literally the son of Ventru, for sure. Yeah, I think once everyone goes, Akron sort of makes sure the door is shut and locks it so that no one can fucking wander the fuck back in. And then just looks at Hatfield. Wow. It's impressive.
That was Valerian.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. The fucking prick deserved it, so.
Hey, Hatfield.
I had intended to have some words with Well, no going back.
Yeah. Hey, quick question, Hatfield. Now that you're in charge, can I take this fucking veil off?
I don't care.
Sick.
Tell him no, Hatfield.
You shut up.
I'm gonna
We got
take
more
it off.
important things to deal with. Hatfield shouts, turning to thin air.
Oh, well. There it is. I removed the mask. Oh,
The
well,
pomp and
you have
circumstance of the
Trinity.
occasion don't matter.
You must do one thing before you go.
Name it.
Empty the vessel and fill it with your own vitae.
Oh shit.
It's either that or you're going to have them bonded to a dead man still. Technically, too.
Doing that. We're doing that.
Hatfield, what you doing?
Don't worry about it.
You got it, boss.
Akron simply raises a brow.
Chug,
Yeah,
chug, bleed, bleed.
Without a word, without a word to the rest of the coterie, it's just, yeah, we're dumping the vessel and filling it with Mithras' own blood.
Rouse check for me, please. Field, you pick up the vessel. It is sacred still, even now, even though it has the tainted blood of someone who is a false believer. You spill it onto the floor. For it is Mithras's blood, and whether you realize it or not, whether it's a small part of your subconscious, that guy you just killed, he's not worthy of having his blood mix with Mithras's.
That's why I took it back.
You throw it to the ground, let the earthworms have it, and then you make a small incision upon your own wrist, placing it over the vessel's lips, feeding your vitae into it, and filling it, replacing the lid, and placing it back in its little niche at the back, the center of the room. What would you all like to do?
We see him do all that, yeah?
I'm not hiding it.
Okay. Good. I actually go to Roland and I say, you are without a primogen now. How do you feel?
I did not know him for very long, and based upon the way our last conversation went, frankly, I feel like it's good riddance. He was all pumped and not, as Hatfield would say, actionable.
Nod.
If Mythos doesn't want to be the primogen, maybe you can be the primogen. You're friends with Mythos now.
That's a responsibility I would not want to be tied to in the slightest. But
it does bring up a good point. There is a hole now in that position, to which I imagine Pandora will maybe whisper a thing or two to the prince. But the prince will ask questions of what happened to that primogen. I think it best that we prepare something in response.
Agreed.
I don't know what happened to him. I didn't know the guy. I'm not his keeper. We was never here, right? It's a secret cult.
Right, it is a secret cult, but now the primogen of all the Ventru in the city is gone.
I mean, that sounds like a matter that will be addressed eventually. Then the clan in Oxford will vote on a new one when Valerian cannot be reached. And I don't think anybody here, most of which are Ventru, are gonna say anything, you know?
Agreed.
I think today we are going to handle, or tonight rather, we are going to handle this lion's business, but it would do us well to bond those people to you as swiftly as possible. They may see that empty position as a means to rise from their own status, and you want to have their ear. In a more political sense.
I mean, keep in mind, too, we still got a Mother Superior out there gunning to rise in the ranks, so...
Right.
This might come to a head next time the boss graces us with her presence.
I actually think we should put Lion on the back burner. I'd like to go to the Needles.
Those tiny little rocks out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, there's a facility there as well.
Is there? Okay.
It's not so little then.
I should remind you, because it's been a while, you got some mixed information there. Clue, the Needles, you picked up on a clue that gave you a flash from the Baron that showed you the Needles from the Isle of Wight, which you connected the dots to Slip getting a message from his cousin saying where all the staff from the previous site went to, and that's called the Needle, which is
Yeah,
You
we're not-
have the
yeah, we're not
location
going-
of the needle. It's not on the needles because, like, I think you
Right,
might be
right.
able to fit
Tiny little rocks
a
in the middle of
bird,
nowhere.
a pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
one
I,
very
no,
really,
determined pigeon.
I really do think we should hit those Second Inquisition survivors while they still don't know we're coming, while they're still barely defensible.
Strike while the iron is hot. I gotcha. I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, so on the to-do list, the needle then. Then, if there's time, at least research on the location
Yes.
of the iron.
Yeah.
And then bonding. You know how I feel about such things, Hatfield, but I also believe in securing one's position, and given what you've just done, now is the time.
Look, far be it from me to disrupt the age-old traditions that this cult has observed. We're gonna keep doing as we've been doing, and that means they're all gonna be sipping out of the cup like it's gonna happen.
Alright then.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe your boss will be a prime candidate to be the Ventrue Primogen. After all, if Ebony is Mithras' boss.
Yeah,
Maybe we don't say that. Maybe we don't say that particular strain of words.
Yeah,
I don't think.
that ain't gonna happen.
However, it does also bring another good point up. She's not your boss anymore. You are Mithras now. Not that you have to treat her differently, but there is no more standing behind her, because now others are watching. Those same people in here see you walking behind and following her orders. A lot of that credibility is lost. No matter
Don't you
what you
worry
said.
about a thing, Acheron.
Okay.
I know how these games go. I wouldn't have made this move if I wasn't prepared to deal with it.
Hopefully she is as accepting of this new change.
Yeah, we'll have to see, I gotta say. Didn't check in with her before making it.
Shiv.
How do you do?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the needle, the facility we're going to, is located outside of the city.
Yes.
So probably before Pandora leaves the ground. So she's not in this location, but before she gets in her car and leaves, I believe we still have to petition for the right to leave the city, regardless of who we are with currently. Unless you'd like to just Billy Big Dick it and say, I'm Mithras now. We can leave the city anytime you want us to.
I'm for the latter.
I mean,
Yeah, honestly, I could go either way on this.
For the time being, right? We can't afford to be at war with the Second Inquisition and the Camarilla. We're best off following the traditions, following the rules as they exist. Because right now, you don't break the rules, right? You shatter them. When the time comes, we're gonna shatter them, but that time ain't today. We got our hands full dealing with other stuff. Let's go through the proper channels, see it sorted proper, so we don't gotta deal with any fallout when we already got our hands full.
Then I suggest you speak to Pandora and you do not ask her, you tell her. Get us the permission to leave the city. And she will listen, because you are Mithras. This is your role now. This is the train you're on, and you do not get to get off.
Oh, I know. Ugh.
I'm so looking forward to this. I want to watch it happen.
Where are we going?
To get Pandora, and I flung open the door.
Okay.
We're going
To the needle. To the needle.
Yeah, Slip will provide the general vicinity of where we're going.
Pandora?
You want to
Darling.
catch Pandora first of all, yeah?
Yes. Pandora! I call out for her in this sing-song voice.
I'm friends with your boss now.
Like, honestly, if Akron didn't have class, they'd be skipping over to Pandora, like, hey, babes, you know, but we're keeping it classy.
Oh,
We're not being
God.
petty. We're not being petty.
Yeah.
We're not being petty. We're being delightful, bubbly blonde. And so we're just saying, hey, Pandora!
Hatfield just over here like, I never wanted this. I never wanted any of this. This is the last place I wanted to be, but I am here now.
Right, which, I mean, that's why Akron said.
And
You're not
she
getting
will
off the
turn.
train
She still wearing the bridal veil that far too long and even reaches to the floor. She stops and turns. Akron, darling.
Yes, I believe our leader here would like a word with you.
Our new pater.
Mithras.
How
There's a-
thrilling.
Slight internal cringe at the word leader, but Hatfield.
Oh, hang on. Before you do, hang the fuck on. I thought we were playing a game of bitch.
But I said I was being classy, not petty, okay? So keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's why it's bitch, not, oh, you slut.
Right, true.
You see?
True. Yeah.
Congratulations on having Mithras as a member of your coterie. I'm sure you're looking forward to always performing to his exact expectations and never letting him down.
Hatfield just looks so tired. This guy has been in my head for so long at this point. I'm living it already, Pandora! I'm already here!
I smile. The meanest mean girl smile, and I say, Pandora, I think only one of us has disappointed Mithras, and it's certainly not me. And I skip back to Hatfield and wait.
Pandora's like, still would, but goddamn.
Yes! Right.
Pater Hatfield. Or do you prefer Pater Field?
For now, just Hatfield is fine. I'm only the vessel. He's the boss. Look,
That was always the case. But now you have assumed direct control of us. That does make you Pater.
fact of the matter is, we still got jobs to do. To do those jobs, we gotta leave the city. Basic description of where we're going and, you know, the stuff we're doing.
Generic swami, yet slightly flirtatious reply that's just got a smidge of threat.
Seeing as I don't actually know the location we're going because my brain is full of metaphorical bees.
Right.
Rather than having me go, hey Shiv, where are we going? And then you tell me something and then I repeat it back to you 3 seconds later, like, we don't gotta do that.
Yeah. I will naturally inform the prince if you wish, but you will be safe to go in and out.
Just the slight nod of approval, no other thanks or acknowledgement, just nod, and then we're gonna carry on.
And she'll just be like, thrilled, genuinely thrilled look on her face to have helped, and good luck. Please notice me. I was of service. The Zamitsu wasn't.
Senpai. Notice me, senpai.
Pretty much. That's yeah, pretty much.
Hatfield just strides on out. We did what we came to do. We delivered our orders, and they will be followed. She gets noticed in that I have that much faith in her. Beyond that, we got a job to do. We got places to be and people to eat.
And but she's still like, you know, like 6 years ago, we were in a queue at the same airport and you sneezed on the back of my head. I still remember it to this day. Do you remember? Do you remember?
Crazy. I think like as we're walking away, right, we're like getting towards our vehicle, and Acheron looks back at Pandora and just winks and slips into the car. I'm a petty bitch. You know what I'm saying? I gotta.
There.
You know, prophecies be damned. I gotta.
The car will take you back to your coterie haven. Because this is not your car. This is not your driver, and this is not someone you really want to trust taking you over to potentially kindred threatening facility. So he heads back to the haven, allowing you all time to enter inside and gather anything you may need. Is there anything anyone wants to do that's worth note, or would
Yeah,
you
I'm
like
gonna
to
change.
just... Oh, carry on.
I'm gonna change out of this dress.
Not any dress, it's
It's
just a
just
veil.
a veil, isn't it? Jesus Christ!
I'm in a dress.
Oh, we worn a dress.
You know,
Amazing.
I'm gonna
You
hike my
can't ask
skirt
a
up
man
and
to just
stomp
wear a
away.
veil. I had to deal with this, you know? I had to do my whole ensemble around the veil. There are very few male clothes that go with a veil, so it's a
Right.
dress.
Goddamn right.
It's not weird.
And for the record, it's a shroud.
Mm.
And I'll hike my skirt up and I'll stomp away to go put some pants on.
do what you gotta do, Slip. I would appreciate the 3 minutes to have a crisis in the corner. So take your time.
Let me know if you need a moral support bee or something.
What a queen. Anyway. So watch him stomp away. Yeah, we're here now. Acheron is delighted with, after so long, being able to like get a few jabs in at Pandora. You know, it's been a long time, and I just, you know, it felt good. It was good for my soul in particular. So yes, reveling, glowing, despite being very much dead. And I will go and I will I have like an arsenal of weapons, essentially, like a bunch of knives and shit. They're my tools. They're my crafting tools, we'll say. And I will get them and plop them on our coffin table and open it up and say, right, anyone want something from my bag? Or shall I bring the whole bag?
It just occurred to me that I don't actually remember how many people I've eaten.
Oh, a lot, Hatfield. Quite a few. But
Yeah.
about 3, maybe more. Yeah. Do you
Huh.
want to talk about it?
I don't even know what I'd say.
How do you
Oops.
feel? Remorse or
Remorse ain't the word. I mean,
Alright then,
general, existential, maybe.
but- Mm.
No, wait, no. Most of the people I ate, they had it coming.
Yes, they did.
No, it's more a general sense of, how on earth did I end up here? What would my life have turned out like if I'd never walked down that alley?
Bright, but inevitably short. Now you shine bright as the sun, and you
Yeah.
live forever.
Something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, no, don't mind me. I'm just gonna be over here, again, having a miniature crisis as I consider the political implications of everything that I am now. But, it's fine, It'll resolve itself eventually.
Well, you made a choice. And that's what matters.
I certainly did something.
Acheron, like, is holding a pair of pliers and is like,
Anyone want one of these for our endeavor?
Oh, just in general. You got any spare bolt cutters?
Oh, yes! And I filter through
Marvelous.
and pull out bolt cutters.
A pair of big red bolt cutters with Hatfield's name etched into the side.
I've been preparing for this. Yeah, no.
Nice crowbar.
Yeah, and I will hand you the bolt cutters and say, no, Trudy, anyone want a weapon? Come have at it.
You
Not
got
wearing
any brass
pants.
knuckles?
That reminds me, if we get in a punchy fight, don't let me forget that I got those brass knuckles our pal gave me.
Oh, yes, of course. And I delve into my bag until I pull out brass knuckles to hand over to Roland. And they're these, like, golden brass knuckles that really clean and simple in design, but, like, when you hold them, they're, like, heavy. Like, they are... You have to be strong to have them, or your hands are gonna fucking break using them type of brass knuckles. And I hand them to you.
Thank you. Just like step away.
Yeah. Of course.
Barry's eyes start like glowing red as he uses Eyes of the Beast.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, there's been upgrades.
Actually, Barry's had Eyes of the Beast for a while.
Brother, the fact that help! No, it's fine.
Skip will return, now wearing pants.
Ah, yes. Would you like a weapon, Snip?
Alright, I am a weapon. But thank you.
You are, but it's always good for an extra.
Well... Nah, I shouldn't.
Okay. You see it as, like, Acheron was pulling out a bat that had a bunch of, like, nails and barbed wires at the tip of it and was like, oh, all right, well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very... I honestly would not be very good with that. Yeah, you know, I'm a simple man.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Huh?
I probably hit harder without a thing like that, but gosh darn do I love the look of it.
You can have it as a gift.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I will place it outside of the bag for Hatfield to just have if they want to, you know, just have an accessory.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even though tonight we are going to the Needle, I have already gotten results on Lion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Not at all what I thought it was. It is a new lab specializing in children's medicine and medical research, specifically regarding twins.
Oh, that's great.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Rami a twin?
Uh-huh. And the umbrella company under which it is owned are Miss Farmer.
Doc, I never would have guessed.
Oh, right.
So, the Needle tonight, the Lion tomorrow, who fucking knows after that? But,
Okay.
yes.
Rami.
We're going places and doing things, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Not only, remember, wasn't Rami also named Gemma by someone who got mulched by a van right in front of us?
No, I was thinking of the same thing.
Gemma is Rami's twin, and
Possibly,
I imagine identical, because they're not the only one who's confused Rami for Gemma and took her. The Sabbat took her for the very same reason.
I still want to know where all these zombies are coming from.
Zombies?
You know, where is Gemma Sheet?
Oh!
Pew, 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 those guys?
Yeah, they really fucking just are, though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I imagine we are getting pretty close.
When I had my little when I woke up covered in kerosene,
What?
that
Yeah.
remember yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the convenience, the DIY store that burned it down. When I was burning it down, right? 1 minute all those people were like normal people. I had a conversation with the guy about the weather and the fact that why was he anyway. He was talking to me like a normal guy, and then like a switch flipped. Where is Gemma Seek? And just a gun out of nowhere.
I still think it might be the neighbors downstairs, but differently. But I don't know anything about that kind of.
Yeah,
What if it's a bit of a mix? This girl, the source of whatever's in her blood is the virus. And some sort of blood sorcery, demon magic is involved.
I am gonna say, we ain't confirmed yet that she's the source. But the words that the guy said was she's the key. We don't know what that means yet. So just
right,
saying that so it's been said. But yeah, no. I mean, I'd be shocked if the neighbors downstairs didn't have their hands in it. Otherwise, why on earth would the guy in our basement be worried about it?
I mean, she may be the key in the sense that she might be in possession of a reliquary, or she may be a vessel of her own right, hosting a different entity. It could be anything. But we are getting close.
And
we just have to keep pursuing.
And don't forget, we were also told the name of the gatekeeper.
We are not trunking Rick Moranis.
Maybe it's a different Rick Moranis.
His name just happens to be Rick Moranis.
I mean,
are you
weird things have happened. I traveled in time to burn the DIY store I was accused of burning, but didn't back then. Like, weirder things have happened.
I like the idea that Rick Moranis, infernal demagogue of the 9th layer of hell, may be behind all this.
Incredible.
I thought his name was Mick Moranis.
Weirder things have happened.
Oh, maybe.
This experience is
maybe
wild.
I mean, again, key to ostriches. We don't know what we're dealing with, so anything's possible.
Yeah, let's go to the needle and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Let's
maybe
go then.
talk. I really.
And one or the other.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna kill them, but how hard will it be? We'll find out.
I mean, at this point, you know what? At this point, is there any other way than scorched earth with everything they're doing?
No, that seems to be where it's going.
We talk to see what they know, and then we burn the place.
Yeah.
As we're walking out to the car, Acheron does say, our friends downstairs are concerned about this girl as well, and the Malkavian says she's the key to everything. Perhaps also a key to locking him out.
Again, key to ostriches. We won't really know until we get there.
Yeah, maybe. That's what fucks me up the most. The neighbors downstairs are concerned.
Yeah.
They don't worry about much.
Right, exactly my point.
Well, let's go kill a bunch of ostriches then.
One way or the other. We're in too deep to back out.
Yeah.
As I sit in the car and we are gonna begin heading off, two things. We'll have called Pandora, like on our way to the Haven, would have called Pandora to meet us there. At the Haven. And they will be the one driving the car that we're heading to the Needle in. If that's alright.
Just to make sure, I'm 99% sure.
Not
but
Pandora, I meant Persephone. Sorry. I said Pandora, I meant Persephone.
Brilliant. Fine.
I'm so sorry.
Brilliant.
I meant
The
Persephone.
way
Thank
I,
God.
however,
Thank God.
was ready for you to call Pandora and be like, "Come pick me up, bitch." And if I don't have a double latte, we just full on like you work for me now.
Yeah, I was like,
That's what I thought you were doing. I was like, "Oh, we're full sending."
No. No. Like I love the petty, but also Pandora serves a purpose, right?
Yes,
and
yes,
her
yes.
best person is being the harpy. So I'm just leaving her there. That was a misspeak on my
yeah, I
account.
was like, I'm
Persephone.
pretty sure she's got things to do, but like valid, I guess.
Sorry.
I mean, hey, we're at the
Yes.
point anything could happen. Like, why not?
Right. Yeah, no, I called
We just ate
Persephone.
Primogen. What are we doing here?
True. So the second thing, I don't know what I would have to roll, but I am thinking about that it's not so much a prophecy, but a hey girl, shit's going down thing that I got earlier. And I don't know, is there something I can roll to be a little clearer on the black smoky mass that you said things get swallowed up by?
Whoa, I don't think you need to roll. Be superfluous. It's exactly the same as any other dream interpretation about a black storm. That's whatever you know, or whatever Acheron would know about the dream symbology of a black storm is exactly what
So
what it
probably
is.
not a good thing.
Yeah,
Mhm,
there's
mhm.
nothing. The only supernatural thing about the information is how you got it. The
Mm.
rest of the symbology is all very well known stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then, Persephone is driving the car as we go to the location.
You'll be driving through the city of Oxford, streetlights passing by and illuminating the interior of the car with the yellow sodium hazy light. As you drive, is there anything you wish to talk about?
Hatfield,
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Just sort of a look of complete surprise, like, eh?
I'm proud of you. I meant what I said in my speech about the Renaissance, and I meant what I said when I said you were the Renaissance. Yeah, proud of you. You have been given a shit situation, and you are making it more complicated but less shit.
Thanks. Playing the hand I'm dealt.
Yeah, and I know you don't need my validation necessarily, but that's not why I'm saying it. Genuinely. Thank you.
Sort of give Slip the affectionate punch on the shoulder, the little tap. Very gentle tap because I know I'm Hatfield.
Right.
My bones.
I reach over and I just reset his broken bone.
Pretty much.
Literally just tapped him. I do not break everything I touch.
No, bad joint. It's been like that ever since I was turned. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. I'll make sure to
He's
punch the other
also-
arm next time.
He's also a bag of skeletons, if you haven't noticed. So
A bag of
you just have to-
skeletons. I thought it was a bag of bees.
Yes. The bees are there, but
Hold on. Bees have
He's only got the one-
exoskeletons,
he's
and that
only
is
got the one
basically a
skeleton.
skeleton. Bees,
Do bees have exoskeletons?
I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Never
am
really
a
thought
bag
about
of
the anatomy of a
skeletons.
bee.
Oh my god, I'm a bag of skeletons. And that's the note we possibly end up a bag of skeletons.
They do! It's rigid and covered with layers of wax.
Good to know. Today I learned.
Hell yeah.
We need to get Nosferatu wax now.
Yes.
On that note, is where we're going to call an end to this week's Oxford's Ashes, because I'm fucking tired. It's been a shit year. It's been a shit year so far, and that is an accurate statement. No matter what anyone says, that is 100% true. This year has been shit.
Oh, wait. You know the phrase?
I'm so sorry,
to mind your
Rissa.
beeswax? To mind your business? Does none of your beeswax? It's full of bees! His nose is in everybody's business because it's too dumb. I'm living over here. I'm living. It's so dumb. I'm living.
I can't believe I'm going to have to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. This week, we will go in order of most likely to be Hatfield, starting with Acheron. Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I'm very flattered that you think that I would be the most likely to be Hatfield. Hi everyone. I do this. This is what I do. I do TTRPGs. You can find me here at Table of Horrors on Mondays, and that starts up again as Morningstar in our Shadowrun game. In our Sabbat game, I play Nexus, the Ventrue anti-tribute. And then, of course, here on Fridays, I am Acheron. In the future, there will be other things, or I will be other things. And so, keep an eye out for all that stuff. I'm also a part of Lanyap Gaming, where I am both player and storyteller, and things will be starting up at some point, and you guys will enjoy it and love it, I hope. So check that stuff out. I also have spicy stuff that I do if you're into that sort of thing. So that's in my links. Check it out if you'd like to. And that's really it. That's all I got.
Slip, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hello, my name is in fact Slip. And I'm a male entertainer online. In this context, that means I stream over at my own channel. A lot of survival stuff, a lot of horror stuff. Lately it's been Pal World, so a little of both. I play a lot with Day here and some other people. You're welcome to come check that out if you'd like. Otherwise, I'm also here for Shadowrun, whenever that is, how we say, actionable. As Anxiety, the smoking hot monk with a chip on his shoulder, committing emotional terrorism with a wink of my eye. And then I'm here Friday as a Slip of Clan Risferatu.
Yes. Also committing mental terrorism.
But differently. More sexual.
Yes.
More
bees.
Mm-hmm. Still best moment Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Roland, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hey, I'm Dead Western. I really don't do a lot of things. I kind of play here on Fridays and in the occasional one-shot. But if you want to chat or, you just want to talk, you can find me on the Discord. But aside from that, yeah, Roland here on Fridays.
Barry, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I am Noskavian. I play as Barry on Fridays on Table of Horrors. I also play Jason on Mondays on Shadowrun Table of Horrors. And I have friends who write books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who has written Wardbreaker and Wind Swept. Check out those books. I have a friend who goes by Solus, who has written Obelisk the Long Dream. Check out his book. And I have a friend who has written Bloodlust of the Bloodletting series. It's a vampire book, check out her book. And that's T.A. Lumley.
Lovely. And while Hatfield tells us who they are, what they do they do things, and we'll find out, could you stroke your beard, please, Noscavian?
Hello. Hi, I'm Daybreakathon. Here and now I have been Hatfield. Over on my own channel, I would say I am unhinged, but I don't think I've ever been hinged in my life, so that doesn't really apply. Lately, I have been playing a lot of Pal World with Slip. That game has eaten my brain whole, which is a wonderful time. I also did the character art for the characters who have art. My commissions are open if you'd like me to do some art for you as well. And I have written a couple of fantasy novels that Noscavian has very kindly shown. I worked very hard. Third one's coming, I promise. During the editing process, it's going well. I am also one of the people here for Shadowrun when that's a thing. I play Mahalavi, who is perpetually confused but doing his best. And the dog has come running because he hears me giving my spiel. He would like to tell you all hello.
Hello, doggo. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for coming and playing. Check out the links in the chat for previous episodes, links to Discord, podcast-only episodes, that kind of malarkey. We will go raiding over on our good friends, hey Wonton, Lost Tribes Gaming, who are playing that vampire sex game I keep on hearing so much about. So we'll see what that's all about. Apparently vampires and / or sex. But we can't go legally, morally, objectively until Barry says the line.
Out of all the people to call on, stay a while and listen.
Yes.
Raid's done.